It's week 2 of the NFL, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the Colts and the Jags, just ahead on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Colts in this matchup, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of, we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators who won't back down from the challenge. So this will be a battle of wits as much as it'll be a battle of brawn.
Into the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. As Indy's offense takes the field for the first time, we take a look at Matt Ryan. Top 10 all-time in passing yards, playing his first career season outside of Atlanta.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And some room to roam, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away, because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. They dial up the corner blitz hits that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Rodgers on the return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
The Colts had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And right now they're probably asking, hey, who did we offend in the scheduling office? Back-to-back road games to start the season.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll bet someone called the league office to protest, but sometimes it just shakes out that way. But they get out of this with a split, knowing they'll get those home games later in the season. It could be quite an advantage for them if they take care of business now.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, but we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the 1st down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Ryan. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Now Lawrence down around his goal line. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
He was covered by Stephon Gilmore.
A give running right, Etienne. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. That almost but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And here's Rodgers on the return. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but it's brought down after a huge return there. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Ryan. And he takes this one in for the Colts touchdown. Matt Ryan with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something. Being shut out right now, they could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And some room to maneuver. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now it's Ryan. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line.
And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack, and that makes things tougher here on 3rd and goal. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the 3rd quarter here. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville. Lawrence will throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I really like what Jacksonville did in free agency, and what a smart gamble, in my opinion, bringing in Evan Ingram on a 1-year deal. Best case scenario, he gets back to being the Pro Bowl player he was in 2020 and gives Trevor Lawrence a big-time weapon in the middle of the field. That duo links up there and picks up a 1st down.
The throw again is Lawrence. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Lawrence being chased out left.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. On third down, here's Taylor. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing just outside his own goal line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, first and 10. On their side of midfield at the 47. He'll look to ETN to start things out. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Shaquille Leonard in there to blow that play up. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Quiddy Pay in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure now this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
From the 6. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they look to finish strong in this 4th quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Ryan wants to throw it. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Play action. It's Ryan. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Colts. Michael Pittman with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right, because this team thought they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything that went wrong in game 1, they took care of business with it in game 2.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
A final shot now for Lawrence. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Indianapolis, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they will fall to 1-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.